Hello, good evening. I'm Vanessa. Welcome to another, what I'm thinking of calling my spiritual diary. Today, I thought that I would check in and share some thoughts because I've been feeling them dancing around in my head, wanting to be expressed. And I've waited all day for this chance, so I'm going to do it. I have been bemoaning recently about how I've been feeling very uninspired, very lethargic, a little bit lost, that I hadn't reached some sort of predetermined idea of what I thought awakening was going to be like, or what I thought that enlightenment would be like. And the process actually has led me to the point where I think I got my answer. It has a lot to do with ego. And I think that my ego started talking and saying stuff a lot sooner than I realized. And that's how I got into that position in the first place. Some of that internal talk was pretty sneaky, and it was asking me, or it was having me saying things like, wow, this isn't like what I thought it was going to be like. Maybe I'm not enlightened. Maybe this isn't for me. Maybe I just don't have what it takes, or maybe I'm not ready in this lifetime, so just forget about it. Maybe I misunderstood how it works or what everything is. And there was a lot of doubts that were creeping in, and I didn't realize that they weren't just my intellect trying to understand. It was my ego trying to take control. My ego wants to define the awakening process using its method of operation, which doesn't seem to be working. And I have to realize that the more conscious I am of the voice, the process, the things that it says, the more that I can stop and go, whoa, okay, all right, okay. Now, who just said that? And why? And really, right, ego, it's not a destination. It's a process. It's a way of being. And literally, the term meditating doesn't mean going with some really cool music going on in the background, though that does help. It's meditating. It's pondering and circulating on maybe just one concept, one idea, one thing, until there's this explosion of information and answers in your brain. I don't know what anything's like for anybody else. I just know what it is for me. So if I were to just sit and think about what I thought things were going to be like, well, who thought that? Who's telling you what it should have been like or how it should feel? Your spirit already knows that the process is mysterious and unraveling, but the ego wants it to be defined and predictable so that it can feel superior, in charge, on top of things. So when I'm saying that I need to meditate on how often I'm allowing this voice to penetrate all the areas, from still my relationships with my family, my friends, my community, my neighborhood, myself, a little bit of more self-awareness, I think, at this juncture. Less saying, so where's the enlightenment? Where's the angels heralding my arrival to the gates of all knowledge here? And why don't I no, stop. Just, okay, it's cool, stop. Because just trust. Trust yourself. Trust this journey that you're on. Everything you've asked for. At every moment you've asked for it. You've been guided. Something's shown up in your path, and it's given you exactly the information that you've needed. And it'll continue to be so, and maybe even more. Especially the less you listen to your ego, and the more you connect with your intuition. My intuition. This is what I'm saying to myself. This is what I'm believing. And I do say you to me when I talk to myself internally. I don't say I. I mean, I have to consciously remember to refer to myself as I, because when I say you, who am I talking to? Who's the me that's saying to you inside of my head? It's like, is it my higher being channeling through me, talking to my personality self, the self I consider Vanessa, the thought that's attached to the ego? Is that who I'm talking to? I guess I wouldn't be where I am right now if thinking about such things weren't sometimes the most exciting thing my brain could possibly do with itself. It's like the most fun, juiciest mind puzzle I've ever had to think of. But the act of thinking about it sometimes makes me have like little rushes of endorphins, and I get really excited about it. And I don't know really why, but I think right now I'm just excited because I know that I've just figured out what that sad, depressed feeling was coming from. And that was just because I was listening to my ego try to tell me all these things about what it thought was supposed to be happening, and comparing it and to what was really happening, and then me like, yeah, you're right, you have a point, yeah. Why isn't it happening that way? Maybe you are right. Maybe it's not for me. Maybe I should stop. Maybe I'm going too far. Maybe I'm too intense with it. Yeah. And then feeling my vibration lower and lower and lower. Okay, so I'm going to stop doing that. I'm going to be more mindful. And that's all I wanted to touch base with about just the clarity that I had gained on that. Any thoughts? Any questions? Any advice? Please, as I've said before, leave a comment. I love to chat and talk. The whole point is for me not doing this journey solo for as intensely as I have been for as long as I have. I'm just ready to share with others and talk to others and learn more. And I know that this is a really odd route to go about looking for an actual discussion of sorts, because it's sort of a platform where people are expected to sort of watch and listen maybe and not participate. But it never hurts to try. And there's all kinds of people, and who knows what'll happen. So I just thought I would try, and I'll keep trying, and I'll see what happens for a while. And maybe somebody out there is going to feel the energy of this and resonate and feel comfortable enough, safe enough, if I'm lucky, even interested enough in answering this boring nobody from some backwater maritime place. I'd appreciate it. Anyways, bye for now. Thank you for your time and energy. fellow seeker.